Guys, today is an episode of Club Review, and I wanted to have a look at Brighton Hove Albion, who are currently 13th in the Premier League table. Let's get into it. Okay, so Brighton's form, recently it's been shocking, but the start of the season they managed to win 4 of their first 5 games, which was definitely enough to getting the top 4, I think, at the start of the season. But since then, they've only won 3 of their last 19 games, which is, I know, poor. So what could have been a really unexpectedly good season has turned out to be another mid-table season. Where they're nowhere near relegation because they haven't lost a ridiculous amount of games. They've managed to get a lot of draws, in some of them against big teams like Liverpool at Anfield, and I think they also got a draw against Arsenal as well. But they have just lost 6 in a row, which is not good. And just to be on the safe side, they need to get a couple of wins or a few more points just to be 100% safe from the drop. But the mid-table mediocrity it looks like again, which I mean isn't a bad thing for Brighton. And then in the cups they went out in the 4th round, I think. Was it something like the 4th and 5th rounds in the FA Cup and League Cup. And I think they lost to Leicester on penalties, and they lost to Tottenham in the League Cup, I think. Not close to winning a trophy either. Okay, so for Brighton's best starting 11, I've gone with Robert Sanchez in goal. I mean, there isn't really a close contender. The backup is Jason Steele, so he's the only real option really. And I've gone with a back 4 of Joel Veltman, Webster, Dunk and Cucurella, because they've gone from playing 3 at the back to 4 at the back a lot more since the Christmas period. I think Webster, every time I watch him, I think he looks very good. We all know that Lewis Dunk is a good Premier League defender, and Veltman and Cucurella are consistent performers as well. The reason I've excluded Lamptey is because I almost feel as though he's most effective for Brighton when he does come on with half an hour to go because of his ridiculous speed, and he can push forward a lot more and get at defenders, and he's more useful in a 3 at the back system as a right wing back, or even probably a winger. I'm not sure if he's ever played there. And I've gone with a midfield 2 of Bissouma and Lallana. I mean, Bissouma's a very good defensive midfielder, and Lallana is a very experienced midfielder who is very good with the ball at his feet. And then Neil Maupay up front, but just behind him, a 3 of Jakub Moder, Alexis McAllister and Leandro Trossard. Trossard's definitely probably the best creative player in the team. And the other 2, that they are players who can sort of fill in midfield and attacking areas and aren't the most consistent. So that's an area where I feel Brighton could possibly improve, because they don't quite have the goals in attack. Okay, so Graham Potter has definitely improved Brighton in the coming up to 3 years he's been there now, I think, when he took over from Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton did a good job in keeping Brighton in the Prem the first 2 seasons he's there. I mean, staying up after you've been promoted is an achievement in itself. It's, just ask Norwich and Fulham, I guess, and probably Watford too. Potter's done a good job. His recruitment's been quite smart. Brighton haven't been big spenders at all. They've definitely been near at the bottom of the league in terms of the amount of money they've spent. And also he gets them playing a really good style of football, which I mean the fans enjoy. But it, I just think with how good they play as a team, they just need to take more chances. If they could like who knows, they could potentially push for like that eighth, seventh Conference League spot if they had a striker and maybe a better number 10. Uh, then anything could happen really. But yeah, he's doing a good job, Graham Potter. Okay, so for incoming players, I've gone with Barcelona's Oscar Mingueza because he's not getting the most game time at Barcelona, but in the few highlights I have seen of him, he is, quite similar in a way to Gerard Piqué in the sense that he's a very good passer, but I feel as though he also can be a bit more physical, and also he's played multiple positions for Barcelona. He's played right back a few times as well as centre back, which a lot of Graham Potter's game is about versatility. He likes his players to be able to play multiple positions. So yeah, he would be a good signing for them as they do not have much depth in defence now that Dan Burn has gone. And then left back I've gone with Sergio Gomez from Anderlecht. Again, a very good player in possession, very good passer of the ball. And also he's scored a few and also has created a few goals from set pieces. So that would be useful because if you look at Brighton's team, I can't really think of anyone who is like a designated set piece taker who who scores a couple of goals from free kicks a season. Like there isn't really anyone I can think of anyway. So I think he'd be a good signing as left back because other than Cucurella now at left back, there isn't really anybody else. But Cucurella is doing a good job. And then I've also gone with an attacking player in a sort of like an attacking midfielder. And I've gone with Otavio or Otavio, Portuguese right midfielder. And when I've seen him play for Porto a few times, he always looks like a good player. Again, very good in possession and a very good creator as well, which is something that Brighton not lack, but they don't have someone who creates chances that are, where it's put on a plate for the striker, say. And also, he's very good at defensive work, which is needed for the Premier League. Very hard worker. So I think he'd be a good signing for Brighton. Okay, so in summary, Brighton, I mean, again, it's another mid-table finish, which is pretty much how it's gone under Graham Potter. Although I think this season football has improved in terms of the style. It's been a lot more exciting, and Brighton are one of the best teams. Well, not the best, but they're definitely like one of the better teams to watch in the league. They just need to be better at taking chances. I personally feel like if they could guarantee that Danny Welbeck could be fit for every game in the season, I think they would be in the top half of the table. So yeah, they're not doing too badly. I'll give them between a 5 and a 6 out of 10. I'll go a 6. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.